The COVID-19 pandemic brought unprecedented challenges and impacted every part of how we deliver service. The theme of this report, resilience, reflects the hard work, quick thinking, and creativity of our team members who have found new ways to fulfill our mission under difficult circumstances. Welcome to Possibilities, a not-for-profit association that offers community living services to assist persons with intellectual and developmental disabilities and those who are in their circle of support. Our services are guided by a core set of values that describe how we work with persons served, families, community partners, and each other. We are currently 3 years into a long-term vision for good and full lives for everyone. While health and safety were top of mind this past year, the pandemic also highlighted the importance of a good and full life, which includes connections, friendships, experiences, and moments of joy. We offer 5 streams of service: behavior consultation, community inclusion, employment services, Explore Journey facilitation, and home living. Every program and service found ways to adapt during the pandemic, making the most of our resources to ensure persons served continued to thrive. Let's take a look at some highlights from these service streams. The Laurel team proved resourceful and creative, using technology to keep services accessible. Programs such as LINK, Sexual Health Education, and Peers Social Skills Training experienced expansion thanks to grants. The team built up the Okanagan region's capacity for service with training and workshops on a variety of topics. Laurel was also home to collaborations with ICANN, the Indo-Canadian Autism Network, Bachi and Kinsight, Real Talk programs in the Okanagan, and the CLBC policy team. Community inclusion services got more creative than ever, staying engaged with a wide variety of activities and safely connecting with neighbors. One of our new roles, neighborhood organizer, was piloted at Montgomery House. The home offered use of the community garden in their backyard, sent out recipes for neighbors to try, and scattered painted rocks around the neighborhood to engage others. Alternatives Art Studio brightened up a nearby traffic circle with eye-catching seasonal art installations. The artists also took a big swing at COVID, taking their frustrations out on a papier-mâché piñata. Our Stage Door Theater Troupe found their stride with video performances, creating a total of 7 recordings. These not-quite-live performances had Stage Door's usual side-splitting humor and used the unique talents of each cast member. Our employment services team secured 50 competitive employment opportunities for persons served in a time when many people were losing their positions. They smoothly pivoted to online service, connecting virtually with employers, job seekers, and family members. They also developed COVID-friendly job coaching strategies, like activity boxes. Each beautiful, fun box was filled with different activities to help job seekers reflect on their abilities, interests, and learning styles. Our Explore service pivoted to the online world of Zoom and continued to thrive in connecting and supporting those with developmental disabilities on the path towards employment. Building Caring Communities worked to create connections, even at a distance. In the early pandemic days, Explore and Building Caring Communities came together to create activity kits for a number of hobbies, from gardening to pen pals. Building Caring Communities also hosted weekly virtual hangouts. Community connector Galen Robinson Exo became one of Possibilities' artists in residence and created the Portraits in Place photography project, capturing individuals in the depths of pandemic isolation. The majority of our funding is allocated to a variety of home living options and supports. We offer homes with roommates and full support, semi-independent housing, and outreach services. Our innovation work ramped up in response to the circumstances of the past year. We continued to focus on social connection with the help of partners in community. In-person experiences with Kudos, Meraki, and Real Talk pivoted to online experiences bundled together as the new platform CoMake2. We created the neighborhood organizing role to establish connections in local neighborhoods and recruited a lead community artist. We sponsored a class at Emily Carr exploring community-engaged art and its benefits. We also published a book, The Trampoline Effect: Redesigning Our Social Safety Nets, which tells the story of our innovation journey and proposes a blueprint for the future. Possibilities receives the majority of its funding from the Government of British Columbia. Over 90% of our revenue is spent on direct service, which includes salaries and benefits, property rentals, and maintenance and transportation costs. Our administrative fees are capped at 8.45%, excluding our facility costs. Resilience is the ability to carry on in the face of adversity and adapt. We were able to survive and thrive during this pandemic thanks to our resilient systems, resources, and people. Behind the scenes, we embraced virtual communication and introduced new systems to help our teams navigate service delivery. Our HR team went paperless to sustain working remotely and provide uncompromised support. Our finance department and IT collaborated to ensure the finance team could work from home. Training moved online to continue safely. After 5 years, we concluded our Not Myself Today campaign, which aimed to create a supportive work environment for mental health. We're continuing to explore ways to promote employee well-being by launching a new initiative in the new fiscal year, including partnerships with programs like LifeSpeak, an expert-run employee well-being platform. Even while physically apart, we stayed connected to community through online events and festivals, including our first ever virtual inclusion art show. We continued to release episodes of our podcast, Good for All, sharing conversations about community living. Throughout this period of transition, we worked to reduce barriers to technology and support our teams and persons served with participating in the virtual world. In the face of the challenging circumstances of the past year, we continue to see our foundation strengthen, our culture of innovation deepen, and the quality of life for those who we support improve. Together, we will continue to realize our vision of creating more inclusive communities and enriched lives.